morning, Crafties. Today is February the 4th, 2024, and I'm in a Jeep on the way to Sasco Ghost Town. Well, I'm off on another adventure, calling this Desert 2024. Just me and Snickers. Okay, Snickers, here we go. We go bye-bye. Dirt road, and our driver is
Captain Jack Scrapper.
And behind me there are
Wanda and Mike.
Wanda and Light. Okay. Do you have a YouTube channel?
No.
Oh, okay. But they're supporters.
Right.
So we're on our way. It's going to take us about an hour or so to get there, and we'll come back when we get there.
People that lived in the town of Sasco. We'll go down the road in a little bit and I'll show you the rock house. But it was a company town with a large smelter, served several mines in the area. So the idea back then was to consolidate the smelter operations and support the mines like the Silver Bell and the old Union mine that used to be out there. It's kind of a sporting destination now. A lot of paintballers come out here, and people that are shooting. Now, in the monument itself, where we're camped, there's no shooting allowed. We're on the north of the county line in Pinell County, and so this is a popular shooting area. Unfortunately, there are people that don't clean up after themselves, so you see a lot of, shells and stuff. So, Sasco was founded in 1907. 1907. They got the smelter operating around 1908, so it took them a couple years to get that going. Okay, and it was actually abandoned in 1921. So as far as that goes, it didn't last that long. But you know how mines are; they change hands. They come and go, and that was the way it was here. They actually had a post office out here too. It was opened July 10th of 1907. So Sasco owes its existence to the Development Company of America, DCA, which was headed by Governor Murphy. Governor Murphy's brother actually headed it, Frank Murphy. And Frank believed that by consolidating the various mines, railroad, and processing companies in the Silver Bell Mountains into one single organization, then he could be much more efficient as far as the mining goes. Murphy's plan was years ahead of its time because it called for the creation of one large mine that would employ hundreds of workers over a large area, as opposed to most small mines. So a lot of the mines you see in Arizona are just small operations, and we wanted to consolidate all the mines and then use the smelter to support them. So in 1903, Murphy and his chief engineer, William Stratton, purchased the Union mine and the Mammoth mine in the Silver Bell Mountains. So they're not called that anymore. It's now just the Silver Bell mine. Combine them to form the Imperial Copper Company. That's what it was. All those were combined into the Imperial Copper Company and the Silver Bell Mine. There was a railroad bed as we came in. I don't know if you noticed it off on the left, but you can see it kind of curves off. They actually had a railroad out here that connected the smelter with all the mines out there. And so they would bring the ore in here and then process it here. They had financial problems like many mines do. They got the smelter finally completed in 1908. Once they got the smelter finished, then they started to work on the town. So they built a hotel, which we'll go to next down the road a little ways. It's called the Rock House Hotel. There's some ruins left there. They built a jail across the road. They had all these facilities. And as you look around and walk around the site, you'll see a lot of concrete foundations. When they closed the mine, they cleared everything off and they left all the foundations. This one over here is kind of interesting and different. I think that's where the old powerhouse used to be. If you look at it, you'll see it's very different. It's got these channels underneath there, and I think they built the powerhouse on top of it, and then they used, cabling and steam and whatever else they needed in that area. So, like I said, there were 500 to 600 people that lived here. There were a few stores and saloons.
Jails.
There was a jail. There was
No town's complete without your jail.
there was a large brick home known as the Big House. I haven't been able to locate that. I don't know, but that was kind of the center of town. A powerhouse, which I believe is that right there. That's what supplied electricity to Sasco, Silver Bell, and the Silver Bell mine. As I mentioned, they employed 175 men, and by 1910, it already processed 245,000 tons of copper ore. So it was a pretty big operation. So it was set to become one of the premier smelting towns in the Southwest. And of course, then they ran into financial problems. They had to file for bankruptcy. The smelter was closed. Sasco, who you've probably heard of, they're a big mining company, took over the Silver Bell mine out there in 1915. They reopened the smelter for a short time, but again, disaster struck. And then the Spanish flu came through. So in 1918 and 1919, they had the Spanish flu come through, and it just decimated the town. A lot of people died. Down here on the Osa Road and to the north, there's a cemetery up there. And they say that so many people died so quickly that a lot of the grave markers had no names on them. So they had to bury them. You can't leave bodies out. So they had to bury them, and then a lot of them weren't even marked. There's also a Silver Bell cemetery out there that has a lot of markers with no names on them. They're just wooden stakes in the ground, cross stakes, and there's no name, so no one knows. They've tried to catalog some of them, and there's a website that catalogs old cemeteries, and they've got some of the names listed on there. Anyway, Sasco closed the Silver Bell mine in 21 to focus on operations elsewhere. In 1933, all the buildings were taken down here, along with the railroad that served the town, so the railroad was taken down too. The remains of several structures can still be visited today, including the Hotel Rockland, which we'll go to just down the trail, and the smelter complex. So that's basically the information that I have. You'll find broken glass and rusty cans around here, so just be cautious as you're walking around. You saw that truck come in. They'll probably be shooting here in a little while.
They're aiming at us.
Hopefully
They're
not.
setting up.
Well, we're off to another site. the jail.
No windows.
No windows. Ooh, hate to be in there in the summer.
Put them in jail and there's no bars. The shield.
There's what it looked like inside. Snickers, don't go in there. And I'm sure they had a roof of some kind, probably wood roof. So that's Picacho Peak from the Ironwood side. That's actually the north side of Ragatop Mountain. Old cemetery of the town, and many of these people are buried here after the Spanish flu of 1919. They were dying so fast and buried, they couldn't put their names on some of the crosses. This is an active cemetery, so there are newer grave sites, and I'm sure they have names. They've locked it. We can't go inside. We just have to look from the side. There's another old building over there. Not sure what it was. Maybe a house or something. On the other side of the graveyard. Driving back, we see this crested saguaro. There's the crested saguaro. That crested saguaro is actually a mutation with all the bumps on top. It's not the flower. Saguaros come in all shapes and sizes. I hope you enjoyed this video of the Sasco Mine and Ghost Town. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay crafty, smart, creative, and safe when visiting Sasco Ghost Town. Thanks for watching.